Okay, so now from here, take a big inhale, flat back. So your flat back, you're activating your core. You still have that slight external rotation in your hips. You're rolling the shoulder blades down. Your neck is in line with your spine, so you're looking down, but your head isn't falling down. You're just looking down, but you're not looking up like this to crick your neck. So roll the shoulders back. Feel energy from the tip of your tailbone through the crown of your head. Good. Now everybody, forward fold again. Walk it out to plank. So you might not be ready for a full plank yet. You can drop to your knees, just keeping your head tucked in line with your spine, rolling your shoulder blades back, activation. Or full plank, getting the core really activated. So something to watch for is if you sink in your plank like this, make sure that you're tucking your tailbone and you're pushing back at your heels to have a really strong activation in the core and not pinching the lower back. Keep holding. If you need to drop to your knees, go ahead. Keep the shoulder blades and keep the energy in the shoulder blades drawing down. Crown of the head pulling forward, heels pulling the energy back. Good, everybody. You can drop to your knees and slowly drop down into the mat. And then just a little baby cobra. Rolling the shoulder blades back as you gently lift up a little bit, keeping your chin tucked. Back down. Good. Big inhale. Exhale as you roll the shoulder blades down and press into the palms of your hands. Elbows next to the ribs, chin tucked. Down. One more. Inhale. Exhale as you roll the shoulder blades down. Press into the palms of the hands. Elbows to the ribs. Lift. Hold. Good. Drop down. Tuck the toes. Exhale. Back to down dog. So just lift the tailbone. Walk your dog out a little bit. Get the hamstrings poking up. Low back, waking up, moving. How we doing, everybody? Is the view and the sounds and everything okay? You guys are awesome for being so patient as we try to work this all out every single time. All right, go ahead and walk your tiptoes to your hands. Forward fold. Big inhale as you gently sit back a little bit. Inhale, scoop it all up. Good. And then bring the palms to the heart. All right, we're going to wake up the shoulder blades. We're going to do a few cactus. This is also going to get the upper back. Ready? So inhale up. And then as you exhale, slightly fold into an upper back bend. Then you cactus your arms. Keep up. You're opening the heart. Everybody shine the heart up. Really roll the shoulder blades back. Strong in the belly, so you don't reach the low back. Inhale back to the center. Reach up. Shoulder blades are away from the ears. So reach, reach, reach. Now exhale. Lift the heart and back bend just a little bit. Cactus arms. Big breath, everybody. Open your heart. Let it go. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus. And breathe. Lift your heart. Inhale. Bring in the heart energy. Exhale, let it go. Inhale up to the center. Good. Exhale, forward fold. You might want to give your booty a little wiggle again. In your forward fold, you might go a little deeper now. Your body's waking up a little bit. So see if you can forward fold just a little bit more. Find the hamstrings. We are going to move into a big leg and hip series right after this, so make sure your hamstrings are ready. everybody, flat back. Roll the shoulder blades down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, walk it out to plank. Good, hold your plank. Now remember, kind of push, pull, so the eyes at the elbows are pointing forward. Rolling the shoulder blades down, drawing the energy from the heels, back, crown of the head, pulling forward. Slight tuck at the tailbone, keeping the belly tight. Might try turning off the background music. It is not working so well. Okay, everybody push back into down dog. Good, now we're just gonna take our right leg, lift it up, open the hip, and give it a stir. Good, stir, stir, stir. Opening the hips, opening the glutes. Awesome, and then bring that leg, sweep it through. Find your lunge here like this. Reach the heart through, really look. You should feel a nice stretch in your hip flexor on the left leg as well. So just starting to breathe into the hip. Your back knee is down for this one. We're going to get into full lizard in a little bit. Nice, and you're keeping your shoulder blades down. You're lifting your heart still. Find the length. Good, everybody. Push the leg back into a three-legged dog. Reach and hold. Awesome, now bring the right leg to meet the left. Give it a little wiggle. And then the left leg comes up. Open the hip to stir. Good, stir, stir. Nice, everybody. Exhale as you sweep through, step forward, drop the back knee. Roll the shoulder blades back as you lift the heart through. You should feel a hamstring and glute stretch in the left leg and find your hip flexor on the right. Breathe. You can kind of shift your weight forward and back just about an inch or so, and you'll see how that changes the stretch. Awesome, now bring that left leg back. Three-legged dog, just reach. Good, everybody, bring the left leg to meet the right. Find your downward facing dog, really pushing through past your upper arms. Lifting the tailbone. Drawing your energy up through the belly. Deep breaths. We're going to do 3 lion's breath. And so it's just a really big inhale when we're in our down dog. Exhale as you stick your tongue out and really let it all go. So everybody, big breath in. Exhale, lion's breath. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Good, give it a little wiggle. And then you're just going to find your seat on your mat. Okay, everybody, now's a great chance to grab a quick sip of water if you need it, or let me know how the sound and everything is right now. And we're gonna go into some legs. So I think I'm gonna switch my mat to go this way for you guys. Okay, better for this series. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and find the back. So much better, no feedback after we turn down the music. Okay, cool, thank you. Thanks for letting me know, because we have no clue until the end. So thank you for letting us know for sure. Okay, friends, go ahead and lay back. And you're just going to bring your knees into your chest. And start to just really pull the knees in. Good. And then we're gonna do little hip stirs, like just kind of stir the hips around like this. So your one leg is going one direction, one is going the other direction. This is definitely like that pat your head, rub your belly thing. So good for your brain. Now switch directions, stir. Awesome. Okay, take the left leg, place the foot on the ground, and then just take your right leg up. We're just gonna find a nice gentle hamstring here to start. Your toes are slightly turned out to have a little external rotation in the hip, and just gently pulling the leg towards you to feel the stretch in the hamstring. Now take the left leg and straighten the left leg. You'll start to feel a pretty deep stretch in the left ham, or I mean the left hip flexor. If you want a little bit deeper stretch, push your left leg down with your left hand as you kind of pull the right leg in a little tighter. And just breathe where it's sticky. I think a lot of us have been doing a lot more sitting on our booties than we're used to. So really kind of stretching out the booty and the hamstrings and getting the low back, kind of getting some movement is really very helpful. Make sure to keep your shoulders down as you're pulling everything, so just relax, breathe where it's tight. Okay, so now we're gonna do a half baby pose basically. So first start by pulling your right knee towards your armpit and just starting to feel how much that's releasing the glute on the right side. So it's kind of at an angle off to the right side of the body and think going into your armpit. Breathe. Okay, so now we're gonna do our half baby pose. So you just take your right hand to the inside of your right foot and you're drawing and like trying to pull your foot down towards the right side of your body, still towards your armpit. This can be a lot for your body, so if it's too much, bend the left knee and place your foot back on the mat. That will reduce the pressure. So you can have your knee bent like this, the left knee, or if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can just straighten your left leg out and breathe here. Just making sure you're not like rocked on one side or the other. You want to think about your SI pressing evenly into the mat. And you're breathing here. Your body's probably going to freak out a little bit. So just breathe. Let the body know that it's a stretch and not a threat. Good, everybody. All right, exhale to get out of it. You can bend your left knee. What we're going to do is go into a twist. And so keeping your right knee bent, you're just going to kick your hips over to the right. This will protect your back. And then fall into your twist, whatever that looks like for you. I hold my knee up just a little bit and find more of a glute and less in the back. But you can drop the knee all the way to the floor if you'd like. And then just look out past your right arm. Breathe deep here for the kidneys. Good, exhale to get back out. Exhale, come back to the center. And let's try the other side. So straighten out again. And then start with your right knee bent and your foot placed on the mat, and then just finding the left hamstring to start. Slight turn of the toes out. Big inhale on your exhale, pull the leg closer. Relax your shoulders. Relax the neck. We're not trying to pull the hamstring and the leg closer by drawing our shoulders up into our ears. So remember, your shoulder blades are always sliding down. You always have that good space in between the ears and the shoulders. And then if you want to, you can straighten your right leg to enhance the stretch, and you can even use your right hand to press your right leg down and open up even more. And this is not a competition if your leg can go straight or not. Mine definitely does not. So don't force it. And again, relax the shoulders. Breathe where it's tight. All right, everybody, then bend the knee, and then grabbing onto the shin, not your knee. Try to pull your knee over to the side a little bit and into your armpit, like towards your armpit. Remember, the low back is still staying pressed. Breathe. Okay, now we'll find half baby on this side. So left hand goes to the inside of your left foot. Now you're still trying to think about drawing your leg down into your armpit. So think about trying to drive the energy down as straight, like of an angle here, like a 90-degree angle as you can. And then the right leg can stay straight. If it's too much, remember you can bring your foot up, place your foot on the mat, and that will reduce the pressure of the stretch a little bit. And then maybe as it's getting warmed up and stuff, you can just slowly kind of start straightening your right leg to go deeper. And remember to kind of pay attention to the low back. Make sure we're not rocking over to one side. Relax the shoulders. Breathe. Exhale to get you out, and then place your right foot down and then help it to kick your hips over to the side, and then just coming into a twist. Again, I hold my leg up like this, my knee up, so it's more of a glute stretch and it doesn't put as much pressure. And the lower lumbar, if you have any low back disc issues, definitely help your body out by holding the knee up a little bit, and then looking over the left arm. Or go for the full twist where the knee will be on the ground and you'll get a really big, nice squeeze of the internal organs. Breathe deep here. Gotta hook up the kidneys these days. So breathe deep. Oh, okay, friends. Exhale to get you out of here. Gently find the center, and then just bring your knees back into your chest and just kind of rock a little bit, reset. Okay, we're gonna go into lizard or a runner's lunge if you can't quite get there. So go ahead and come back to all fours to start. Here like this. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears still, and we're active. We're not just being lazy in the belly. So keeping the belly, you know, pulled in, rolling the shoulders back. Good. And then if you can, go ahead and lift. So tuck your toes and then lift your knees about 2 inches off the mat and just hold. Fire up the core, rolling the shoulders back. Good, belly tight, pull up, 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 draw the energy up. Awesome, everybody. Exhale, lift the tailbone, pull the belly button in for down dog. Really lifting the tailbone, the energy up, pushing the ears next to the biceps. Okay, right leg comes up again, and then open it. We're just getting the hip ready. Give it a couple stirs here. And then exhale now. Bring the right leg around to the outside of the right hand. Now this might be too much. If it is, drop your back knee down. And so the right foot is way over on the edge of the mat, on the outside of your arms. So it's pretty wide out like this. Good, everybody. And if you can, straighten your back leg. This is going to enhance your stretch, keeping your shoulders back. From here, if you can slowly kind of see if you can come down into your forearms. Your back leg can stay straight. This gets really intense, so you can also drop your back knee. Big stretch here. So find what works for you. Try to relax. Breathe where it's tight. Shoulders down. Right before we want to give up, hold it. Breathe. Patience. 3 more. Okay, good job, everybody. Gently come out of it by pressing back up into your plank. And then I like to kick the leg out a couple times, let the hip go. So you can be in your plank, on your knee, or toes, and just kind of kick it out a little bit. Let it go. And then when you're ready, go ahead and exhale back into down dog. And just kind of give yourself a little wiggle, a little pedal, and notice if you feel a difference in the right leg compared to the left leg. Does it feel like the back of your right glute has a lot more space? Right hip might have a lot more space. You might even already notice it in the low back on the right side. There's a little release. Feels a little bit more open, more spacious. So let's try the left. Left leg comes up. Open the hip, give it some stirs. And then exhale, sweep it through, coming to the outside of your left foot. Remember, you can be down on your knee to start. Rolling your shoulders down. Remember, your chin stays tucked so your neck is in line with your spine. Crown of the head reaches forward. And when you're ready, you can bring the right knee off the mat. Driving the right heel away from the crown of the head, so there's energy drawing forward with the crown of the head and back with the heel. Your fingertips are active too. We're not lazy in the arms and falling into our shoulder girdle and letting our heads fall. You're pushing out of your shoulder girdle. You have energy in your fingertips. Okay, when you're ready, if you'd like to come down onto your forearms or wherever you can get to, go ahead and find where that works for you. Remember, if you come to your forearms, you can always drop your back knee until you're ready to lift the knee up. Find space. Breathe deep, 3 more big deep breaths. So inhale and then exhale. Good, and when you're ready, come out of it however you need to. Push the leg back, and then you can kind of kick it out a little bit. Use your exhale to push back into down dog. Okay, and then come to all fours. Okay, guys, we have one more really big one for the hips. And this will be good to open up the low back as well. There's kind of a fancy pants way to get into this, or you can just sit on your mat and go into this pose just by sitting on your mat. So the fancy pants way is going to be, we're going to start at all fours, okay? Right leg goes back. You're going to bring it behind your left leg. So your legs are just crossed, if you guys can see that. And then you're just going to slowly start to sit back. We're going into the cow leg. It's called cow legs pose. And then you just end up sitting back like this. If that didn't work for you and you're like, oh, I'm stuck, all you have to do is your left knee is basically coming over your right knee, and they're stacked as best you can. Flex your feet to protect your knees and get your extra booty out of the way. That definitely helps. So sit tall and pull your extra booty out of the way so you can find your sits bones and a more straight spine. So first find wherever this works for you. Don't forget to kind of flex your feet to protect your knees. So just breathe. If you guys have any knee issues and you're like, no way, lady, am I doing that? What you can do is straighten your leg, your right leg. I guess it doesn't really matter. Cross your left leg over, and you can find a glute stretch here. Okay, so here's a modified option for those of you who might have some knee issues or anything, or if this doesn't work for you, don't force it. Okay, so we're gonna inhale, we're gonna feel this lengthening in the core. So lengthen up, and then as you exhale, you're just gonna gently kind of fold over this whole business. You can bring your hands forward, and then you just kind of slowly walk your hands out to wherever it's going to work for you. You may even just rest your head or your chin on your knees. Huge stretch for your left glute and hips. So try not to fight it. Our body tends to tense when we're stretching like this because it's like, what are you doing? So breathe into your hip. Let the body know it's okay. give up yet. Right before we want to give up, that's when you reach that goal, right? So things might be going numb, things might be falling asleep. As long as there's nothing pinching and hurting, try to stay in the stretch. Good opportunity to breathe into your low back. Remember that our shoulders are still away from our ears. We're relaxed. Good, everybody. And then just come on out of it really slowly. And you can get out of this however you want, just kind of uncrisscross. And then we'll go back to all fours to kind of shake it out a little bit. So just kind of kick it out a little. Out kicking the coffee table. Good. All right, we're going to try that on the left. So we'll be working on our right hip. So remember, you have 3 different options, 3 different ways to get into releasing your glutes. So now take the left leg back, cross it behind the right, and then just slowly sitting back. Awesome. So now your right knee should be on top of your left, flexing the foot, both feet, okay? Try to get your knees stacked as best you can. And then remember, getting this extra booty out of the way is really key so that you can find your sits bones and really draw down and lengthen. Remember, if this hurts your knees at all or it's not feeling okay, take the right leg forward straight and then, or whichever one you did before, and find your twist like this instead. All right, everybody, lengthen, inhale, kind of drawing up, keeping our shoulders relaxed. Exhale as you slowly start to fold. Walking your hands out. You're trying to keep your spine long. We're not just like crunching into a ball like this. So I want you to think of leading with the heart and you're coming up and over. So your spine is staying pretty straight. Even when you get all the way to the end here, try not to fold too much in the spine. You drop the head. And then you can kind of like tuck your tailbone to kind of find that bigger space in the low back, keeping your sits bones pressing down to really open the right hip. Breathe where it's sticky. Your shoulder blades are still drawing down, giving your neck the space it needs as well. Are your legs and your glutes tensing and really trying to hold on here? Notice where your body's attempting to fight this, and breathe and let the body know it's a stretch. Three more deep breaths, everybody. Don't give up yet. Inhale. On your exhale, you can see if you can let it go a little bit more. You might go a little deeper. You might drop your chest down just a little bit more. All right, and then gently coming out of this however you can. Walking it back. Good. Bringing the knees back in. Finding your all fours to just kind of kick it out. Oh yeah. Okay, now we're gonna give the hips and the legs a break, and we'll go to our core straight. All right, everybody. So when you are ready, we're gonna go ahead and flip onto our backs and do a couple Pilates stomach series. Okay. So the key to this one, hope you guys can see me okay. The key to this one, everybody, is that we're always gonna pretend like we're zipping up our super tight jeans right here. So everybody's gonna zip up their super tight jeans. You're gonna knit your ribs together. You're gonna really try to keep your ribs knitted like this and not splayed open. The key is that there is no space in your low back here in the mat. That's where we want this pelvic tilt, that hole here where you're drawing the belly button down through the floor of your mat by zipping up those tight jeans, knitting the ribs together. Lifting the legs, find your knees over your hips. You can kind of flex your feet a little bit if you want, and see if you lost that zip and the connection. And then just slowly kind of bring your knees away from your body and see if you're starting to lose the zip of your jeans. And your low back is coming off like this, and you're starting to arch, and you're losing that control. That's where we really need to focus on this zip and that pull of the belly button down through the mat. And you don't want to go to a point where you lose it. Go to the point right before you lose it and hold there, because that's where you're training the low belly to do the work. We want the low cooch belly to do the work for us, not your hip flexors, not your neck, not your legs. So try to let everything go and just pulling the belly button through the floor. So pretend like there's like some little guy on the floor below you, and he's pulling your belly button with a string for your mat. Pulling, 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 pulling. And try to do this without stressing out your shoulders. And now we're going to go into a 100 series. And so you can keep your legs where they are, lift your head off the mat, rolling your shoulder blades down, of course, reaching your hands forward. If this doesn't work for your neck, everybody, you can have your hands behind your head and just work on the breath pumping instead of the arms, okay? Now, it's up to you if you want to straighten your legs a little bit, and you don't need to go way down here and lose your belly. So keeping your jeans zipped up, toes out, that'll release the hip flexors, reach the hands, lift the shoulder blades off. Now inhale, exhale, inhale, belly goes into the mat, and exhale, pull, pull, pull it tighter into the mat, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep your belly buttons pulled in, you guys. Keep your jeans zipped up. Come on. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Knees into the chest. And then gently shake your head. No. Side to side. All right, the next one we're going to do is just kind of like these super slow bicycles. All right, so heads up, hands behind your head. I like to hold my chin like this so you still have a lengthening in the spine. You're not crinking your neck. We're going to be working really slow on a twist like this. Exhale, inhale to the center, knees above hips so you don't deactivate your low cooch belly, and then exhale to the other side. Reach, you guys. Inhale, center, knees above hips. Exhale. Try not to rock your hips in any way. That little guy is still on the floor below you, pulling your belly button with a string. Don't forget he's there. Or she, if you want a girl to be pulling on your belly button, that's fine. Good, inhale center. Exhale, twist. Think about twisting to reach shoulder to knee. not cheating by meeting it with the elbow. Exhale. Inhale, center. And exhale. Oh boy, inhale, center. Should be dying. Exhale. One more each side. Don't get lazy and rock in the hips. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, center. Knees are still over the hips. Exhale. And then bring the knees into the chest. Woo! Awesome, everybody. And now we're going to do scissors. So again, if this hurts your neck too much to be holding your head up like this, you can either keep your head down and still do it here like this, or you can keep your head behind your hands behind your head and just kind of work with the legs, okay? Otherwise, you're on your calf, not your knee, okay? And we're gonna go exhale, exhale, switch, 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 switch. Now the pelvis is not tipping forward and backward with this. You still have that low back pressing into the mat. Jeans are still zipped up tight, friends. Exhale, exhale. Ribs are knitted. Exhale. Neck is long, shoulders are down. Good. The breath is what's pulling your belly button through the mat. So there's a point to this. Lift your tailbone and lift your shoulder blades off a little higher. Here we go. Last two. And one. Awesome, friends. Knees in. Shake your head no. I forget what's next. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, last one for your stomach series. Kind of like a pretend of the Pilates stomach series. It's not the traditional per se. Close, but not totally. Okay, now you're gonna make a triangle in your fingers like this, and you're gonna put that triangle right under your booty. So triangle like this, okay? And then place it where your thumbs would be right, kind of like at the mid of the SI. It's almost like your tailbone is right in between the triangle, and then your fingertips are like right at the booty. Like, if that makes sense. So hands are wide, bring your knees or your feet up like this, keeping your shoulders down. Now this is what it's key to keep your jeans zipped up. So you're gonna lower the legs till you would feel where your jeans would pop off like this, okay, and you would lose it. And then you just exhale to come back up. So inhale, and then exhale. So I'm not going very low because if I go past like right about, let's see, here, that's where I would lose my low pooch doing the work, and it would go into my legs, and you would risk arching your back. Slight toes out helps you take the flexors out of it a little bit. So just think heels together, toes out, inhale, and then exhale. Good, inhale. That guy's still pulling your belly button too. Exhale, especially when you exhale, he pulls it super hard. Inhale. Or she, now she's gonna pull it really hard. Shoulders down, relax, inhale. Exhale. 3 more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Was that 2? Yeah. See, I need you guys in person because I always lose count. What number? Awesome. Okay, now we're going long to stretch. So now I want you to let the back arch. I want you to reach your fingertips and your toes as long as you can. Reach, reach, reach. Oh, how does that feel? So now we feel good. Now we got our cores all tightened up. What are we doing next? Okay, so now we're just gonna flip over. Never felt so far away. Okay. We're gonna lay on our bellies, and now we're going to release the core. So make sure you have a good tuck in your tailbone. Your feet, the tops of your feet are pressing to be active so you don't pinch in your low back. Hands are under the shoulders. We're just doing a couple cobras. So keeping your chin tucked. Your legs are active.
This supports your back, okay? Roll the shoulders back, inhale, and then exhale as you press up.
However high you want to go, it's totally up to you. Keeping your chin tucked and back down.
Inhale, and then exhale as you roll the shoulders down, elbows press into the ribs and lift.
And back down.
Good, inhale, one more.
Good, lift, lift, lift as high as you want. Keeping your chin slightly tucked, look to your left. Release the neck, look to your right. And drop. Give your back a little wiggle. We need a little wiggle to release. And now we're going to counter the hard work that we did in the front of the core, and we're going to let the back of the core do some work as well. So we're going to be doing swimmers. You want to think about lifting the legs, pointing your toes. You're lifting from the top of your glutes, okay? So even feel your booties. Like, make sure that it's the top of the glutes that are firing to lift your leg. This is a really important part of your core, okay? Now with your shoulder blades down, thumbs up, reach your hands forward, tucking your chin, and then we swim very slow, alternating arms and legs, keeping the leg locked out. If you bend your knee, you'll deactivate that upper glute part that's doing this lifting. So you want to really have a straight leg, shoulder blades down. Good. Find the low back doing the work. Find the gluteus medius, which is that top part of the booty. Lift. Lift. Your belly button's still tight. Lift. Lift. If this is too much for shoulders and you don't like it, keep your hands down to your sides like this and work the legs, because we're working on our low back here. So you can have your arms out like this. Takes pressure off a little bit. 3, straight legs, don't forget. 2, and 1. Awesome, everybody. Bring your head down, wiggle your booty, release. See what time it is. Oh, perfect timing. Okay.
All right, we're doing 3 more cobras just to reset. So your tops of your feet are active on the mat. Inhale. And exhale as you roll the shoulder blades down and back and press
Into the palms. Chin tucked. Back down.
Inhale.
Exhale. Okay, everybody, take your right ear to the mat and then just kind of rest your hands on the low back like this, letting the weight of your arms kind of press down on your back. And then just breathe deep, low back. Good. Just gently lift the head and just go to the other side. So bring the left ear to the mat. Breathe. Okay. Gently come up. You're going to tuck your toes. We're going into a child's pose. This is more for the low back. This type of child's pose where your knees are going to go really wide, your toes touch, and then you're dropping your tailbone, and you're really allowed to come down and towards the mat with the chest because your knees are open, and then really using the tailbone to pull down, arms to pull forward, and almost then push yourself back. So using the grip of your palms on your mat, think about trying to push your tailbone away and down into your heels, and then breathe deep into the kidneys and the low back. One more. Okay, everybody, now we're ready to go into a scorpion. Some of this does not work for a lot of people, so I'll show you what we're doing first, and then I'll show you a different option if you don't like it. So the scorpion is where we have our arms wide like this, and we take one side, so like my left leg will roll over like this, and you're keeping your shoulder, the right shoulder pressed to the mat. So if this freaks you out and you have low back issues and you're like, no way am I doing that, go back to a very gentle twist. So you would just come to a seated position, okay? Bringing one knee up like this, getting tall first, and then exhale like this to find your release and your twist, okay? So this is very low disc friendly if you want. And the scorpion is, it can still be, it's low disc friendly if you do it properly and you don't have previous injuries. So pick which way is right for you. And you're just really slowly gonna roll. And you hold it for a few seconds. And you gently go to the other side. If you're in a seated twist, just breathe. And make sure you're lengthening your spine as you twist. And then go to your other side. Good, everybody, just keep going side to side. Make about 2 to 4 on each side, depending on your mobility and how you like to move. Good, when you're done with the scorpions, just kind of give your booty a wiggle again so you can make sure you're releasing the low back. And then everybody comes back into a child's pose. This time our knees are together, if you can. Knees together. And this child's pose is more for releasing the upper back and finding a lot of space here. So what you do is you lay flat onto your legs, and then you bring your arms behind you, and then really tuck into this ball. So you gotta really kind of get in there, and then you let the arms fold over the knees, and this is really good opening the back. So really make sure you're tucking yourself in there, like you're really tucking yourself into this ball. This is always a good time when you're tucked in this ball and you're like in your little safe body ball, whatever you want to call it. It's a really good time to just like kind of go inward and just say thanks to your body. Say thanks for being your body and thanks for being able to have a body to do these things. A body that's able to move in these ways and come to classes like this, and just don't forget about giving some thanks for things like that. Everybody get one more thing. So you can even kiss your knees if you want to. You're awesome. Come on up. Ugh. Slowly kind of roll your shoulders up and down a little bit, a couple times. All right, and we'll end in our yogi squat. If this does not work for you and you can't get your heels down, that's okay. Don't freak out. Just do where it works for you. The key to this is to try to lengthen your spine. So it's more about really using your elbows to press your knees away and push into your palms like this. And you can see how when you press in, you lift your heart, your tailbone drops and your spine lengthens. Your shoulders are down. You're drawing up from the crown and down with the tail. And I see sometimes a lot of people are doing their yogi squat like this. Okay, but we really want to exaggerate and press and really push the knees so that you lift. And then drive the shoulder blades down, and you'll feel how that automatically brings the crown of your head, lifting your heart. Good, everybody, and then just let it go. The last one that I wanted to do, let me make sure. Okay, so what you're gonna do, because it's 11:31, is you're just going to lay here for a few minutes if you can, and just let all the energy drain from your low body, and then you are good to go. So thank you everybody for being here.